Yes, that's correct. It's good to the cinnamon. This weekend, I have seen.
Beijing, how long?
Good afternoon, Dora.
Package is ready to be delivered.
Yes, that's right, thank you.
Wrong. Are you all right, Mr. Bond?
Yes, me. Yes.
Don't stay up here, Mr. Bond. What's the use in torturing yourself?
Come to say goodbye.
What do you-
I'm leaving here.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Funk, you can't live here. This is your home. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is downstairs waiting for you. You're needed here. Now that the war is over, there are things that...
I can't stay here, me. There are too many memories for me. That house we lived in, the school, the street organ playing out there. I'm not the same person you used to know me. I'm a bitter old man. Forgive me. I shouldn't speak to you like this. After all that you did for us, the suffering.
No. It wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through. You and Mrs. Crowder. I'll remember it for as long as I live. Come.
Mr. Funk, there are some of your papers here. We found them in a heap of rubbish after you left.
Burn them.
But Mr. Funk, there's letters and notes.
Burn them. All of them.
Burn this.
On the start. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. Is it possible to meet? Only 3 years ago. Dear Diary. Since you and I are going to be great friends, I will start by telling you about myself. My name is Anna Frank. I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany, the 12th of June, 1929. As my family is Jewish, we immigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power.
My father started a business importing spice and herbs. Things went well for us until 1940. Then the war came and the Dutch defeat, followed by the arrival of the Germans. Then things got very bad for the Jews. You cannot do this and you cannot do that. They forced father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies, or ride in an automobile, or even on a streetcar, and a million other things. But somehow, we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, father told me you were going to hiding, where he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock, mother woke me and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked around carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way that I learned where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs, in Father's building, where Father has his business. 3 other people were coming in with us, the Bondons and their son Peter. Father knew the Bondons, but we had never met them.
Something's happened to them. I know it.
Now, apparently,
Mr. Franz said they'd be here at 7. He
they
said that
have 2 miles to walk. You can't expect them to.
they've been picked up. That's what happened. They've been taken.
They're here, you see.
Mrs. Fondant, Mr. Fondant, there are too many of the great police on the streets. We had to take the long way around.
Anna!
My wife, Eve. Mr. and Mrs. Fondant, their son Peter, and my daughters, Margaret and Elma.
I'm sorry there's still so much confusion.
Don't think of it. We'll have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
Are here. And lemons are here. And thank you, Me. I made up the bed the way Mr. Plunk and Mrs. Crawler said. Well, forgive me, I have to hurry. I have to get to the other side of town to get some ration books for you.
Ration books? If they see your names on the ration books, they'll know we're here.
Don't worry, your name's won't be on them. I'll be up later.
Bye.
Bye. It's illegal then? The ration books, we've never done anything illegal.
We won't be living exactly according to regulations here.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is more what we call the white market, helping all the hundreds and hundreds who are hiding out in Amsterdam. It's a touring. I must go. I must be downstairs in the office before the workers get here. Me or I, or both of us, will be up each day bringing you the news and find out what your needs are. Tomorrow, I'll bring you a better bolt to the foot of the Jordan Stairs. If you need the bolt that you can throw yourself and open only at our signal. Oh, you'll tell them about the noise?
I'll tell them.
Goodbye then. I'll be up again after the workers leave.
Goodbye, Mrs. Crawler.
Bye, Mrs. Crawler. How can we thank you? I never thought it was to the day a man like Mr. Frank would go into hiding. What did she mean about the noise?
First, let's take off some of these clothes.
It's no wonder we weren't arrested walking along the streets. Petronella with her fur coat in July, and that cat of potatoes running along.
A cat? Anna, please. It's all right. I've got on 3 more.
Now then, about the noise. While the men are in the building below, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard not only in the office but in the storeroom too. So the workers come in at about 8:30 and they leave at about 5:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move only when necessary. We must not speak above a whisper. We cannot run any water. We cannot use the sink, or even, forgive me, the WC. The pipes went to the office. It would be heard. No trash. No trash must ever be thrown out, which may reveal that someone is living here. Not even a potato carrot. We must burn everything in the stove at night. This is the way we must live until it is over. We are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6 o'clock, we can talk and eat and read and laugh and play games, just like we would at home. Now I think it would be wise if we were all settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Von Don, you and your husband will be in the room through here. I regret that there is no room in that for Peter, but he can sleep in the loft near us. This will be our common room, where we'll talk and eat and read, like one family.
And where do you and Mrs. Frog sleep?
This is also our bedroom.
Oh, please, that's
That
not
isn't right. We'll take this room and you
Take that
back.
back, please.
Please, I've thought about this for weeks. It's the best arrangement, the only arrangement.
Never could we thank you. I don't know what would have happened to us if it hadn't been for Mr. Frank.
You don't know how much your husband has helped me when I first came to this country. Knowing no one, not able to speak the language, I can never repay him for that. You may take your things.
No, no. Come along, Carol.
You'll be all right, Peter? You won't be afraid?
Please, Mother.
You too must have some rest, David. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Margaret.
I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? And it was the last night in my own bed, and yet I slept soundly.
I'm glad, Anna. Now you can help me straighten things in here. You and Margaret will sleep in this room for the time being.
You're sure? I could help really, and Anna hasn't had a milk.
I'll give it to her. Anna, Peter, it's best that you take your shoes off now before you forget.
You're sure you're not tired, Anna? I feel fine, Mother. I'm going to help Father.
Peter? I'm glad you are to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Mushy.
Mushy, mushy, mushy. I love cats. I have one. Adoring little cat, but they made me leave her behind. I'll miss her terribly. I left some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her. What's yours? And him or her?
It's Tommy. He doesn't like strangers.
Well, then I'll have to stop being a stranger bow tie. Did you have him fixed?
What?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, well, you ought to have him fixed to keep him from fighting. Where'd you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
That's where Mark and I went to. I never saw you around.
I used to see you sometimes.
You did?
In the schoolyard. You're always in the middle of a bunch of kids.
Then why didn't you ever come over?
I'm sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out?
Why, of course, you're right. Of course we don't need this anymore. I wonder what our friends will think when you don't show up today.
I'm not any dates of my own.
Oh, I did. I had a date with Yogi. Do you know Yogi? Yogi Duvall?
No.
Well, I had a date with her to go play ping pong at her house. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as if we'd been called away. Dishes in the sink, pets not made. Look! It's still there. What are you going to do with yours?
Burn it.
It's funny. I can't throw it away. I don't know why.
You can't throw. Something they brand you with. Something they made you wear so they can spit on you.
I know, but it's the Star of David, isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl.
Excuse me, Peter. Now, let me see. We must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Anna was feeling so badly about hers. Will it be comfortable in this?
Yes, thank you.
And let me show you your room. But I warn you, Peter, you must not grow. Not even an inch, or else you'll have to sleep with your feet out of the skylight. Are you hungry?
No.
We have some bread and butter.
No, thank you.
You can have it for lunch and dinner. Tonight we'll have a real supper. Our first supper together.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's a nice boy, Peter.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
You'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months and months.
Oh no, there's a box over there. Will you get it for me?
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? I'm going to think that it's a boarding house. A very peculiar boarding house. Like the one we see in papers. Father, my movie stars! And Queen Wilhelmina! How wonderful!
There's more. Go on, look further.
A diary? I've never had a diary. But I've always longed for one. Pencil. I'm going down to the office and get a pencil.
Anna, no!
Why not? There's no one in the building now.
It isn't safe.
How can I go down?
It isn't safe, Anna. No, you must never go beyond that door.
Never? Not even on Sundays? Or how about when all the workers leave? Can I go down to listen to the radio?
No. Never. I'm sorry, Anna. You must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It'll be hard. I know. But always remember this, Anna. There are no walls, no bolts, no locks that anyone can put on your mind. Me will bring us books. We'll read history. We'll read poetry. We'll read mythology. We'll read science fiction. We'll read nonfiction. Here's your milk. Between you and me, Anna, being here will have certain advantages for you. Like that battle you had with your mother on the subject of overshoes. You said you'd rather die than wear overshoes. But in the end, you had to wear them? Well, you see, for as long as we're living here, you'll never have to wear overshoes. And that coat you inherited from Margaret, you won't have to wear that again. And the piano, you won't have to practice the piano anymore. I'm telling you, Anna, this is going to be a fine life for you.
I thought I'd better get some water for Lucy.
Of course.
I should be describing what it feels like to go into hiding. But I really don't know yet myself. I only know it's funny never to be able to go outdoors, never to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's the silence in the night that frightens me the most. Every time I hear a creak in the house, or a step on the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. The days aren't so bad. At least we know that me and Mrs. Cruller are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen to them if the Nazis found out they were hiding us. Him said that they would suffer the same fate that we would. Imagine? They know this, and yet they come up here. They're always cheerful and gay as if there were nothing in the world to bother them. Friday, the 21st of August, 1942. Today I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise, things are going better. The weather is dreary. It's been raining for days.
Where do these papers go?
I'll put them away. Staying late anyways.
Thanks. First in, job.
You alright, Pete? I'm a little worried. Oh, I'm alright. Just a little behind.
Don't be so nosy, Dory. Safe now. The last worker is left.
I'm first for the WC! Anna!
6 o'clock. School's over.
You see my shoes?
Shoes?
You've taken them, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to be sorry.
Am I?
Anna,
Wait till I get you.
I'm waiting. Peter, Peter, don't! Ouch!
Anna, Peter.
Peter, where are you going? Come and dance with me.
I tell you, I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I'm going to make Mushi his dinner.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around while he eats.
Peter, please?
No!
Anna, I think you should not play that way with Peter. It's not dignified.
Who cares if it's dignified? I want to be dignified.
You complain that I don't treat you as a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it.
I only want some fun. Someone to laugh and fun with after being cooped up all day and hardly ever to move. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
He just isn't used to girls. Give him a little time.
Time isn't 2 months' time. I could cry. Come on, Marty, dance with me. I have to help with supper. You know we're gonna forget how to dance when we get out. We won't remember a thing. Next,
Where's Peter?
where would he?
He hasn't finished his lessons, has he?
His father would kill him if he was sitting there with that cabinet work not done.
Anna, do me a favor, go get him, will you?
Peter, Peter,
What is it?
your mother says to come out.
I'm giving Mushi his dinner.
You know what your father says.
For heaven's sake, I haven't even looked at him since lunch.
I'm just telling you is all.
I'll be hint.
I don't want you in there.
Peter!
Fine. Give me his dinner and come right out, you hear?
Now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, will you please stop saying that?
Look at him blush. Look at him.
Let me alone, will you?
He acts like it's something to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of to have a little girlfriend.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So, and you're 16. Just perfect. And your father's 10 years older than I am. I warn you, Mr. Wrong. If this war lasts much longer, you and I are going to be related.
Mazel tov.
Look at Ramip is. She's usually so prompt.
Forgive me if I don't stay for a while. I have a friend waiting in there, Tom, the tomcat. Most people get confused, but he has the most beautiful whiskers, and I only a little fuzz.
All right,
I'm
Mrs.
hoping-
Quack Quack.
Peter!
I heard about you. You talked so much in class that they called you Mrs. Quack Quack. And Mr. Smitter made you write a composition. Quack Quack to Mrs. Quack Quack.
Well, go on, tell him the rest. I was so good, he read it out to the entire class, and all his other classes.
Quack, 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 quack.
He was the most intolerable, insufferable boy I have ever met.
That's right, Annika. Give it to him.
Out of all the boys in the world, why did I get locked up with one like you?
Quack, quack, quack. From now on, stay out of my room.
Anna, dear, your hair. You're warm. Are you feeling all right?
Yes, Mother.
You have a fever, have you?
No.
Anna, dear, don't do that. You know we can't call a doctor here ever. That's why you must be careful. Rental illness report comes. Now, take out your tongue.
Mother, this is perfectly absurd.
Come on, Anna, dear, don't be such a baby. Let me see your tongue. Anna,
Hear your mother, Anna.
you seem all right. Go to the house and ask me.
For heaven's sake, don't give that child any pills. I waited 15 minutes this morning for her to come out of the WC.
I was washing my hair.
I think that there's nothing wrong with our Anna. That a ride on her bike or a visit with her friend you'll be involved in the joy. Isn't that so, Anna?
You need to not come in?
The workman just left a while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Not again.
Please. I know, but what can we do? It's all that they brought us.
We are now going what is called the bean cycle. Beans on casserole, beans with strings, beans boiled, beans without strings, beans, green beans, brown beans.
Saw you in there. Playing with that cat.
He only went in for a second. Took his coat away. Been out here the whole time doing his lessons.
Anna, you got an excellent in your history paper today. And a very good in Latin.
How about algebra?
I have to make a confession. Up until now, I've managed to stay ahead of you in algebra. Today, you caught up with me.
Is algebra vile too?
Vile.
How did I do?
You see, you shouldn't feel this subjunctive here.
Should I? Excellent, 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 excellent! just live here. I didn't use one here. Mrs. Mondon, may I try your coat?
No, Anna. Oh, it's all right. Just be careful with it. My father gave it to me the year before he died. He always bought the best that money could buy.
Mrs. Mondon, did you not have one appointment before you were married?
Anna dear, that's a personal question. It isn't courteous to ask a personal question. Oh, I don't mind. Our house was swarming with boys. When I was
Oh, God, not again.
Shut up! One summer, we had this big house of flowers, and the boys came buzzing around like bees around a jam pot. And when I was 16, we wore our skirts very short in those days, and I had good-looking legs. I still have. I may not be as pretty as I used to be, but I still have my legs. How about it, Mr. Braun?
All right, we see that.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Braun.
Mother, for heaven's sake.
Oh, I am married to, do I? Well, I hope the girl you marry has just My father used to worry about me. So many boys hanging around. They told me, if any of them was fresh, you say to him, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Look at you talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she writes it all down in that diary?
So if she does, I'm only telling the truth. Otto, would you mind cutting me?
We just have the radio on.
Haven't you finished yet?
No.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
All right. I'm a dunce. I'm a hopeless case. Why do I go on?
You're not supposed to say that. You just haven't anyone to help you like the girls have. How would you like to help me, Mr. Braun?
I'm sure that his father could.
No, not me. He won't listen to me. You can go ahead. Pick one.
How about it, Peter? Shall we make our school co-educational?
You're an angel, Mr. Braun. An angel? I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one there. Here, sit closer, Mr. Braun. Now, Peter, you listen to Mr. Braun.
I think it would be wise if we were to go into Peter's room.
That's right, Peter. You go in there now. You listen, Mr. Braun. Mr. Braun is a highly educated man.
I can hear a man's voice talking.
Isn't it bad enough around here without you sprawling all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, you wouldn't be so bad-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you use a bump of cigarettes.
One package. Needs brought me one package.
It's a filthy habit anyway.
Oh, stop it, will you?
You do know you're smoking up all of our money, don't you?
Will you shut up? And what are you staring at?
I've never seen grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarrel.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. I never heard children so rude before.
I rude?
Now, dear, come finish your milk.
Talk. Every night it's just the same. Talk. Where is it? Oh,
What is it? What are you looking for?
my pipe. You seen it?
Look at the pipe. You haven't any tobacco.
At least I'll have something to put in my mouth. Margaret, have you seen my pipe?
It was on the table last night.
I know. Anna, have you seen my pipe? Anna!
Anna, Mr. Bogdan is
Am I allowed to talk now?
You are aggravating. The trouble is that you can spoil it. What you need is a good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Why aren't you nice and quiet like your sister Margaret? Why do you insist on showing up all the time? Let me give you some advice, little lady. Men don't like that kind of thing in a woman, you hear? A man likes a nice girl, one who loves her husband, heat and shining for a husband. A domestic girl who'll cook, sew.
I cut my throat first. I open my veins. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris
Paris?
to study music and art.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a singer or dancer or something wonderful.
You clumsy little fool! I need to look for a cup my father gave me!
I'm so sorry.
What do you care? It isn't yours! So go on, ruin it! Do you know how much this coat costs?
I'm very, very sorry.
I can just kill you for this! I can just kill you!
Petronella, please get us supper. Come back.
Anna, dear, you mustn't behave in this way.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
Don't mean that. I think the answer is that. You must not answer her back.
They are our guests. We must always treat them with the greatest courtesy. We are all under terrible tension. That's why we must control ourselves. You don't see Margaret getting into arguments with them, do you? Watch Margaret. She's always courteous with them, never familiar. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it.
And have them walk all over me the way they do her? No thanks.
I'm not afraid that anyone is going to walk all over you, Anna. I'm afraid for other people that you walk on them. I don't know what happens to you, Anna. You're wild, self-willed. If I ever spoke to my mother the way you speak to me,
Things aren't like that anymore. Yes, mother, no mother, whichever you say, mother. I have to fight for myself, make something of myself.
it's necessary to fight to do it. Margaret doesn't fight, and isn't she just fine?
Margaret, that's all I hear from you. Why is she more like Margaret? Oh, Anna, don't be so silly. I'm the goat around here. Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. You're all against me, and you worst of all.
Let's put this on the stove. If there's anyone who cares to eat. Margaret, will you take the bread out? I don't know how much longer we can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anna. She flies at me.
You know, Anna, in half an hour she'll be after that. I'm joking.
And I told Otto this would work. I told him he had to. He said he owed it to them. But now he knows I was right. These quarrels, this bickering. Every time I hear that sound, my heart stops.
That's me. Father,
Thank you, Margaret. Has everyone his list?
I'll get my list. Here's my books. Here's my list. Meep's here.
Is it me?
Yes, Father's going down to let her in.
At last, I'll have some cigarettes.
I can't tell you how unhappy I am about Mrs. Von Knoxville. Anna should never have touched it.
She'll get over it.
Is there anything else?
Ask Carla.
Mrs. Crawler!
Mrs. Crowler, how are you?
This is a surprise.
When Mrs. Crawler comes, the sun begins to shine.
Is Meep coming tonight?
Not tonight. Will you please have coffee with us, or better still, will you stay have supper with us? No, thank you.
Mrs. Crawler has something very urgent to talk over with us. She says it demands an immediate decision.
What is it? Usually, when I come up here, I try to bring you some bit of good news. What's the point of bringing you the bad news when there's nothing you can do about it? But today, something has happened. Sir, please, sir. He came to me just now. He said he has a friend living near him, a dentist. He says he's in trouble. He begged me, is there anything I can do for this man? Could I find him a place to hide? So I've come to you. I know it's a terrible thing to ask of you, living here now, but would you take him in with you?
Of course we will.
It'll only be just for a day or two, until I find some better place for him to hide. It happened so suddenly, I didn't know where else to turn.
Where is he?
Downstairs in the office.
Good. Bring him on.
His name is Dussel, Jan Dussel.
Dussel. I think I know him.
I'll get him.
Forgive me. I spoke without consulting you, but I knew you'd feel as I do.
There's no need for you to consult anyone. This is your place. The only thing I'm worried about, however, is there's just so little food among us now, and to bring in another person, well,
We can stretch the food a little. It will only be for a night or two.
you want to make a bet?
I think it's fine to have him, but where are we going to put him? Where?
You can have my bed. I can sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind.
That's good of you, Peter. But your room's too small, even for you.
I have a much better idea. I can come out here with you and Mother. Mark can take Peter's room. Peter can come in our room with Mr. Dussel. That's right, we can do that.
No, Margaret. You mustn't sleep in that room. Neither you nor Anna. She's caught some rats in there. Peter's brave, he doesn't mind.
Or how about this? I come out here with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No. Margaret will come in here with us, and he can have her bed. It's the only way. Margaret, get your things. Help her, Anna.
Why, Margaret, why can't I come?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret to sleep with him. Please, Anna, please, don't argue.
You don't mind sharing a room with Mr. Dussel, do you, Anna?
No, of course not.
Good. Where is the cognac?
It's there, but Otto, I was saving it in case of illness.
I can think of a better time to use it. Peter, will you get 5 glasses for me?
What is it? What's happening?
Someone's moving in with us.
In here? You're joking.
It's only for a night or two until Mrs. Crawler finds him another place.
Yeah.
Mr. Dussel, come in.
This is Mr. Franck.
Mr. Otto Frank?
Yes. And may I take your things?
Thank you, Mr. Franck. Thank you all. Mr. Dussel, I leave you in good hands. Oh, Dirk's coat.
What can I say to thank you?
Me and Mrs. Crawler, they're our lifeline. Without them, we couldn't live. Please, you make us sound very heroic. It isn't that at all. We simply don't like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
Yeah. No one's gonna tell us Dutchmen what to do with our damn Jews.
Don't pay attention to Mr. Franck. I'll be up again to see about the treating you right. Don't bother to come down again. Peter will both of you after me. Won't you, Peter?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Peter. I'll do it.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mr. Crawler. Please, Mr. Dussel, won't you sit down?
You gave me my help. I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Otto Frank, here. You're not in Switzerland, then? A woman told me. She came to me and she said she'd gone to your house, found everything in disarray. So she's in the sink. She said she found a scribbled piece of paper in your wastebasket.
Father put it there purposely, just so we can get very far to Switzerland.
Switzerland. Yes, sir.
Father, it worked after she left. Mr. Dussel thinks we actually moved to Switzerland.
I'm glad, Anna. Let's have this drink to welcome Mr. Dussel. To Mr. Dussel, welcome. We're very honored to have you with us.
To Mr. Dussel, welcome. That was good.
Did Mrs. Crawler warn you about the food situation here? You can imagine 3 ration books among the 7 of us. And now, you may pay.
Mr. Van Dam, you don't realize what's going on outside, that you should warn me of something like that. You don't realize what's happening. Every day, hundreds of Jews disappear. They surround the block. They search house by house. Children come home from school to find their parents gone. Every day, hundreds of Jews are being deported. People you and I know. The Hollensteins, the Vessels.
No.
You get the call-up notice. Come to the Jewish leader and such a day and time. Everyone will take and carry the rucksack. And if they refuse their notice, they're dragged from their houses and sent off to Mauthausen, and the death camp.
We didn't know things had gotten so much worse.
Forgive me for speaking so.
Do you know the Duvals? Their daughter Yogi was in my same class. Yogi's my best friend.
They're gone.
Huh?
Without the others.
Oh, no, not Yogi. There were some people called the Wagner. They live here. I think that we should put this off until later. I'm sure we all have many questions to ask, but I think that Mr. Dussel would like to get settled before supper.
Thank you. I would have brought very little with me.
I regret that we couldn't give you a room alone, but I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. We've had to make a strict set of rules, a schedule of hours. We'll run them by you after supper. Anna, will you show Mr. Dussel to his room?
If you'll come with me, Mr. Dussel.
Forgive me if I haven't expressed my gratitude towards all of you. It has come as such a shock to me. I always thought myself as Dutch. I was born in Holland, and my father was born in Holland, and my grandfather. Now, after all these years, you'll excuse me.
Well, here we are. You sound pretty bad, doesn't it? Scholars have been there improving.
I like it better.
You're going to be sharing a room with me.
I'm a man who's always looked low. I hope you'll bear with me until I learn.
Let me help you. Have you always been alone? Have you no family at all?
No one.
afraid I can never get used to it. Have you no pets, a dog or a cat?
I have an allergy to fur-bearing animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear, Peter has a cat.
Here? Yes, here.
Yes, but it's in his room all the time. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Let us hope so. So, where do I sleep?
You sleep here. This is my bed. The best part about this room is you can look out and see a bit of the canal. There's a bargeman who lives there with his family. The sun's just beginning to up, and I'm so afraid he's going to fall into the canal someday. I watched him.
Your father spoke the schedule?
Oh, yes. But most of the time we have to use the water closet. You can use it now if you like.
No, thank you.
You must think it's dreadful me talking and stuff like that. But you don't know how important it can get to be, especially when you're scared. About this room, the way Mark and I did it is, I had it in the mornings for reading lessons, writing, and stuff like that. And she had it in the afternoons. Should we all write that?
I'm not at my best in the mornings.
Okay. Then you'll have it in the mornings, and I'll have the afternoons.
Now, tell me, you're in here, where am I spending all my time? Out there, with all the people?
Yes.
I see.
You have stuff right 6:30.
Then, if you'll excuse me, I like to lie down 10 minutes before you. I find it helps in digestion.
Of course. I hope not to be such a bother to you. I seem to get everyone's back up.
Don't you worry about that. I always get along very well with children. In fact, my patients always bring their children along with them because I know I get on well with them.
Thank you, Mr. Dussel. And yesterday, I finished Sophie von Marxfeld's latest book. I think she's a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had yet another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel, according to him, nothing, I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on at me, I thought, sometime I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is that every grown-up thinks he knows the way to bring up the children, particularly the grown-ups who never had any? I keep wishing Pedro was a girl instead of a boy. Then I would have someone to talk to. Margaret's a darling, but she takes everything too seriously. To pause for a moment on the subject of Mrs. Von Don, I meant to tell you that our attempts to flirt with father are getting her nowhere. Him, thank goodness, won't play.
For God's sake, shush!
No, don't take me!
Hunter, why? You want someone to hear.
Save me!
Hush,
Save me!
Hush. It's alright. She doesn't please her alright. It's alright. It's nothing, darling, only a dream.
Well, something must be done about that child screaming like that. Who knows if there's someone in the street? She's endangering all our lives.
Where they little are.
She's up all night, twisting and turning, and I'm up half the night shushing her. And now it's nightmares?
Please, Mr. Russell, please. Go back to sleep. She'll be herself in a minute or two, won't you, Anna?
Thank you. But I went into the water closet. Can you reception, please?
What is it? What happened?
A nightmare. She was having a nightmare.
Nightmare? I thought someone was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Thank you, Peter. Go back to bed.
Would you like some water? Was it a very bad dream? Perhaps you told me.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Very well then. Get some rest. I'll stay right beside you until you fall asleep.
I'd rather you don't have to.
But I'd like to. Really, I would.
I'd rather you didn't.
All right then. Good night. Is there anything else you want?
Can you please ask Father to come?
Of course. She wants you.
Edith, dear.
It's all right. I thank God that she at least has you to go to when she needs comfort. Go to her, Anna. She's still shaking with fear. Go to her. She wants nothing of me, she means. When I went to kiss her.
It's a phase. You heard Father. Most girls go through it at this age. They hold their mom to their fathers.
You weren't like this. You'd shut me out. Get over it.
Oh, Pim! I dreamed that they came to get me, the Green Police, and they dragged me out the way they did Yopi.
I want you to take this pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet you for a while.
Can you sit with me? Was I awful? Do you think anyone else acted first?
No. Sit quietly now.
I'm a terrible coward. I think I've gotten over a fear. I think I've really conquered it. And then something happens, and in pain, I run into you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone but you.
On a line.
It's true. I've been thinking about it. You're the only one I love.
It's fine to hear that you love me, but I'd be so much happier if you said you loved your mother as well. She needs your help so much. Your love.
She doesn't understand me. Whenever I try to explain my views on life, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You hurt her very much just now. She's crying. She's out there crying.
It's not my fault. I didn't want her here. I only told the truth. Oh, Pim, I was awful. And the worst part about it is, I can look back and see myself doing it. And I know it's cruel, but yet I can't stop it. Help me, Father. Don't tell me it's just a phase. Help me.
There is only so much that we as parents can do to help our children. Try and set a good example. Show them the way. The rest you must do for yourself.
I'm trying, Father. Really, I am. Every night before I go to bed, I think about all the horrible things I've been doing. Like putting that red mop in Mr. Russell's bed, and the way I just treated Mother. I tell myself, that's horrible. I'm never going to do so bad again. Of course, I may do something worse, but at least I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side, Father. A sweeter, nicer side. But I'm afraid to show it. I'm scared that if I'm serious, people will laugh at me. So that when it comes from the outside, and the good honor stays in the inside. But I keep on to switch it around and have the good honor in the outside and the bad honor in the inside. And it might be. And all maybe. And happy. The air raids are getting much worse. They come over day and night. The noise is terrifying. Pim says it should be music to our ears. The more planes, the sooner it comes to the end of the war. Mrs. Von Dawn pretends to be a fatalist. What will be, will be. But when the planes come over, who's the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news. The Allies have landed in Africa. Tim says that we can look for an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Von Dawn longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, the Bechstein piano her father gave her, the best that money could buy. Peter would like to go to a movie. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist's job. He's afraid he's losing the touch. For myself, there are so many things. Try to bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have me flow from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled to overflowing and wallow in it for hours, to be back in school with my friends.
Praised be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle the Hanukkah lights. Praised be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praised be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, that thou hast given us life and sustenance and brought us to this happy season. Amen. We kindle this Hanukkah light to celebrate the great and wondrous deeds wrought through the zeal with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple to us. May these lights remind us that we should ever look to God when His cometh our help. Amen.
I lift mine eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel doth neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. He shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guard thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
All right, that was very moving.
Sit down, sit down.
It isn't over yet. There's lots more songs and presents.
Presents?
Not this year, unfortunately.
Like always on Hanukkah. Everyone gets presents. Everyone.
Like our St. Nicholas Day.
No, not like St. Nicholas. What kind of Jew are you that you don't know Hanukkah?
First one candle, as we have tonight, and then 2 candles are lit, and 3, and so on, until there are 8 candles lit. When there are 8 candles, it is truly beautiful.
The potato pancakes.
Don't talk about them.
I make the best vodka you ever tasted.
Invite us all next year, in your own home.
God willing.
God willing.
I remember best for the presents we used to get when we were young. 8 days of presents, each day got better and better.
We are all here alive. That is present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something.
What is it?
Presents.
Presents? When did she have a time?
Sorry about that.
Maybe?
What does she have on her head?
Holy shit.
This is for Margaret. Read it out loud. You have never lost your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good, but if you should, put all your crosswords here. A new crossword puzzle book? Wherever did you get it? It's not new, it's old. I wrote down all the pencil lead, and hopefully in time you'll forget and you can do it all over again as if it were new.
It's wonderful, Anna. Thank you. You never knew it wasn't new. I'm going to try it out.
That was such a nice kid. It must have taken her forever. Ooh. Ah.
I tried to write a poem for everyone. I just simply didn't have the time.
This is awful. I haven't done anything for anyone. I never thought.
It was Alana's idea.
What is it?
It's hair shampoo. I used the last of my perfume in the ends of my toilet water.
Oh, Annika.
Let me smell it.
That's a very thing.
Very pretty bottle.
Very nice.
They're very distinct smell.
Mr. Morgan, this is something you truly, truly wanted. They're cigarettes.
Cigarettes!
We found them at the pipeline with pencil coat.
Let me see. Oh, would you look at that? Light it, Cody, light it.
There's very little fluff in it.
It works.
Look at him.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much.
How did she know I wanted those?
Your mother comes to greeting.
Here's an IOU that I promise to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Signed off from.
10 hours doing anything you say?
That's right.
You wouldn't be willing to sell that, Mrs. Frog.
Never. This is the best present I've ever had.
Let me see it. So what do next? I have no idea.
For Pim,
Alana, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
it's a muffler, like an ascot, you know. I made it out of odds and ends every night before I went to sleep. I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
Oh, it's fine. It fits me perfectly. Thank you, Annika. Did you?
Very nice.
It's very wonderful. It's wonderful.
This is for Oshi,
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
and this is yours, Mrs. Kaka. Well, go on, open it. Aren't you going to open?
I'm scared to. I know someone's gonna jump out and hit me.
It's nothing like that, really.
Go on. Show us, Peter.
It's a safety razor.
A what?
A razor.
You didn't make that out of odds and ends.
It's secondhand. We've got it for me, but he really does need a razor now.
For what?
Look, on his upper lip, you can see the beginning of a mustache.
You want to get rid of that? Put a little milk on it, let the cat lick it off.
You're funny, don't you?
Look, I can't wait. He's going to try it now.
I'm going into Mushi's present.
Mushy, mushy, mushy.
What we have to talk about.
And last, but never least, I ever meet Mr. Russell.
For me? You got something for me? Capsules. 2 capsules.
Your earplugs,
Earplugs?
so you won't hear me thrash around at night when I'm sleeping. I saw them advertised in the magazine. They're not the real ones. I made them out of cotton and candle wax. Try them and see if they really work.
Just wait until I get them in...
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Good God, they are inside! I cannot them out! Thank you, Anna.
Father, let's have a Hanukkah song. You know the Hanukkah song? It's the whole thing. Oh Hanukkah, the sweet
I'm afraid we shouldn't sing that song tonight. It's a song of rejoicing, of jubilation. One is apt to become too enthusiastic.
Please, I promise not to shout.
All right then. Quietly now. When you start to get too loud, I'll give you a sign.
You! You, how many times have I told you? Out! Out!
What's the matter with you? Haven't you any sense? Get that cat out of here.
Cat?
Courtney, get it out of here.
I have no cat. It doesn't need to be that cat. Whenever you come into that room, your clothes are
You don't
on.
have to worry anymore. We're getting rid of it.
Said last, you listen to me.
I'm not doing this for you. That's in your head. All of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing that cat eat all of our food.
It's not true. I only feed him bones, scraps.
Don't tell me. I see you feeding the thing every day. Damn cat looks better than all of us. Out he goes tonight.
Oh, no.
Mr. Ron, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat.
Anna,
If he goes, then I go.
Then go! Go!
You're not going, and that cat's not going. Now, please, this is Hanukkah. Hanukkah, this is a time to celebrate. What's the matter with all of you? Let's have that song, Anna.
Oh, Hanukkah, this means
I think we should
celebration.
first blow out the candles.
But Father, you're supposed to let them burn themselves out.
I'm sure that God understands George's. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who has sustained us and permitted us to celebrate this joyous festival. Amen.
God almighty. Do you see anything?
No, I think they've gone.
It's the Great Police. They found us.
If they found us, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now.
I know it's the Great Police. If we can help them all, they'll be
It
proud.
may have been the Gestapo looking for papers.
Or a thief looking for money.
We can do something quick before they come back.
There isn't anything to do. Just wait.
Oh, get some water, please.
No, nobody's going to run water.
If they found us, they found us. Get the water. I'm going down.
No, Father, no. There could be someone waiting. It could be a trap.
This is Saturday. There's no way to know what happened until me or Mrs. Crawler come on Monday morning. We cannot live with this uncertainty.
No, Father, please.
Hush. Where's your money? Where's your money? Did you buy anything? Emily, you keep still. You want to be dragged off to a concentration camp? Are you going to sit there and wait for them to come and get you? Do something! I tell you!
You keep still.
Where's Father? Someone come get Father.
Shush. I'll go. Haven't you done enough?
Mr. Ron, can you please get Father?
I'm gonna shush.
lift my knife onto the mountain and months coming. My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that
It was the thief. The noise must have scared him away.
Thank God.
He took the cash box and the radio. He left in a hurry.
you sure it's safe?
Safe now. Don't worry so much, Anna. The danger has passed.
Who says the danger is past? Don't you realize we're in greater danger now than ever?
Mr. Dussel, will you be still?
No, thanks to this clumsy fool, someone now knows we're up here hiding. Someone knows we're up here.
Someone knows we're up here, yes. But who was that someone? A thief. A thief! You think a thief is going to go to the Green Police and say, I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise over my head? You think a thief is going to go do that?
Yes, I think he will.
Then you're crazy!
Father, let's get out of here. We can't stay here anymore. Come on, let's go.
Go, where are we going to go?
Yes, where?
Have we lost all hope? All courage? A moment ago we thought that they'd come for us. We were sure it was the end. But it wasn't the end. We're alive. Safe. Praised be thou, O Lord our God, who in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. Amen. Come on, Anna. The song! The song!
Oh, Hanukkah, the sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation.
Happiest of seasons now is here. Many are the reasons for good cheer. Together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. So hear us rejoicing in merrily voicing the Hanukkah song that we sing. Hi! So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah song that we sing.
Saturday, the 1st of January, 1944. Another new year has begun, and we find ourselves still in our hiding place. We have been here for 1 year, 5 months, and 25 days. It seems that our life is at a standstill. We are all at a dinner. The Bon Don's discussions are getting as violent as ever. Mother still does not understand me, but then I don't understand her either. There is one great change, however, a change in myself. I read somewhere that girls my age don't feel quite certain of themselves, that they have become quiet within and begin to think of the miracle that is taking place in their bodies. I think that what is happening to me is so wonderful. Not only what can be seen, but is what's taking place inside. Each time that's happened, I have a feeling that I have a sweet secret. And in spite of my pain, I long for the time I shall feel that secret within me again.
Anna, Beef is here. Beef is here. Peter, wake up!
Please call us. Happy New Year. Please, come in.
Beef! And you're just crawling with a delightful surprise. Thanks for bringing me your greeting. You shouldn't. You should have at least one day to yourself.
Don't say that! I can feel the wind and the cold on their clothes.
There you are. How are you, Margaret? Feeling any better? I'm all right.
We filled her full of every kind of pill so she won't cough or make a noise.
Beef. Hello. It's like hope and peace for the new year.
Have you seen Lucy? Have you seen him anywhere around?
I'm sorry. I asked everyone in the neighborhood, have they seen a gray cat?
Look what Beef's brought for us.
A cake! Oh. Thank you, Evia. You shouldn't have done it. You must have used all your sugar ration for weeks. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's been ages since I even saw the cake. Since you brought us one last year, remember? Just this time last year on New Year's Day. I'll never forget it because it had peace in 1943 on it. Peace in 1944.
Well, it has to come sometime, you know. Hello, Mr. Russell. How are you?
Here's the knife for you. Now, how many of us are there?
Oh, none for me.
Oh, please, you must.
Good. That leaves 1, 2, 7 of us.
8. The same numbers it always is.
I left Margaret out. I take it for granted Margaret won't look at me.
Why wouldn't she? I think it won't harm her.
All right. I just don't want her to start coughing.
Please, Mrs. Strong should cut the cake.
It's not Mrs. Strong's cake, is it, me? It's for all of us.
Mrs. Strong, Tobias is better.
What are you trying to say? Don't I always give everybody exactly the same?
Don't forget,
Don't.
Caroline.
No! I want an answer. Don't I?
Yes, everybody always gets exactly the same. Except Mr. Bondon always gets a little bit more.
That's a lie. She always cuts the same.
Please, please. You see what a little sugar cake does to us? It goes right to our heads.
It works.
Thank you. Are you sure you won't have some? No, really. I have to go in a minute.
Maybe we should go back to our house. They say that cats. I mean, do you ever get over there? I mean, do you suppose you could?
I'll try, maybe. You're repeating, I get, I'll try. But I'm afraid it's the wrong thing.
Oh, make up your minds. Already somebody has made a nice big dinner of that cat.
Delicious meat.
Delicious.
Dirk must be lucky in a girl who can bake like this.
I have to run to a party tonight.
How heavenly! Now remember what everyone's wearing and what you eat if you tell us tomorrow.
I'll be up with a full report. Goodbye, everyone.
Wait just a minute. I have something I need you to do for me.
Cody, what is it? What do you want? Cody, what are you gonna go do? What's wrong?
Father says he's gonna sell her fur coat. She's crazy about that old fur coat.
Is it possible? Is it possible for someone to be that concerned over something so silly as a fur coat in times like this?
It's none of your darn business. And if you say one more thing, I'll take you. I mean it. I'll take you.
No! You give that back! It's not yours, you hear? It's mine! My father gave it to me! Give it back!
Just a little discussion over the advisability of selling this coat. As I've often reminded Mrs. Bondon, it's very selfish of her to keep more people outside in such desperate need of clothing. So would you please sell it for price? It should fetch a good price. And by the way, could you please get me cigarettes? I look for a kind of nervous, but all you can. Please.
It's terribly difficult to get them, Mr. London. But I'll try.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Get the door, me.
Are you sure you won't have something, Mr. Fowler? No, thank you.
You're still not feeling well? What's the doctor say?
Isn't it? Now, Mrs. Crawler, who I trust, but you can't get your doctor these days. They're so busy. After weeks, I finally managed to get him on the phone. I told him I'd like an appointment. I wasn't feeling very well. You know what he told me? Over the telephone. Stick out your tongue. Oh, I have some contracts in the office. I wonder if you'd go over them with me. Will you forgive us? I won't keep him but a minute. What's happened? Something's happened. Hasn't it, Mrs. Crawler? No, really. I have your problems at life. Something's gone wrong. I know it.
If it's something that concerns us here, it's best that we all hear it.
But children,
They'd imagine it would be worse than any reality.
man, in the storeroom, I don't know whether you remember him or not. Carl, about 50, heavy set, nearsighted. He came with us just before you left.
He was from Utrecht.
As a man, a couple of weeks ago, when I was in the office, he closed the door behind me and asked, "How's Mr. Fromm? Did you hear from Mr. Fromm?" I told him I only heard the rumor that you were in Switzerland. He said he heard that rumor too, but there's something more. I didn't pay any attention to it. But then things happened yesterday. I went in the office, and he brought some invoices there for me to sign. As I was looking through them, I looked up, and he was standing, staring at the bookcase. The bookcase that had your door. He said he thought he remembered a door there. Wasn't there a door there that used to go up to the loft? Then he said he wanted more money, 20 more guilders a week.
Blackmail.
Lindsay Gilder is very modest blackmail.
That's just the beginning.
You know what I think? He was a man who was down there that night. That's how he knows we're up here.
What did you tell him? How was it left?
I told him I had to think about it. What shall I do? Pay him the money? Take a chance on firing him? Or what? I don't know.
For God's sake, don't fire him. Pay him what he asks. Keep him here where you can have your eye on him.
Is it so much that he's asking for? What are they paying nowadays?
So we get in a war plan. But this isn't a war plan. Mind you, I don't know if he really knows or if he doesn't know.
Offer him half, then we'll truly find out if it's blackmail or not.
And if it is, Gotta pay him what he asks, haven't we? Anything he asks, we have to pay it.
We'll decide that when the time comes.
May all be my imagination. You get to a point these days where you suspect everyone and everything. Again and again, on some simple little word, I found myself wondering.
Oh. What does that mean? Celebrating our holiday?
That's my husband. I told him I'd be in the office. I had to sign some papers to call me when he got out of church. I'll offer him half, so we'll see what happens from there.
You can take someone else for this knocking on that bench. I can tell you, it's only a question of time now.
I don't understand, whatever.
Margaret, then at least we know where we were. You should be ashamed of yourself talking that way. Think how lucky we are. Think of the thousands dying every day in the war. Think of the people in concentration camps. What's the good of that? What's the good of thinking of misery when we're already miserable? That's stupid. Anna. We're young, Margaret, Peter, and I. You girls have had your chance. We're trying to still hold on to some ideals when everything, hopes, ideals, everything is being destroyed. Now, Anna, we weren't around when all this started. Anna. So don't try to take it out on us.
She talks as if we started the war. Did we start the war?
She left your cake.
You left us.
Thanks.
I thought you were fine just now. You don't just have to talk to them. You don't just gotta say it. I'm no good. I'm never gonna think. Especially when I'm mad. That Dussel, when he said that about Moochie, someone eating him, all I can think is, I wouldn't hit him. I wouldn't give him such a petty. That's what I used to do when there's an argument at school. Been there with an old man like that, it wouldn't be so good.
You're making a big mistake about me. I do it all wrong. I go too far. I hurt people's feelings.
I think you're just fine. What I mean to say is, if it wasn't for you right here, then I don't know. What I wanted to tell you was,
Do you mean it, Peter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you.
You've got quite a collection.
Wouldn't you like them in your room? Heaven knows you spend enough time in there doing heaven knows what.
It's easier. The fight starts an argument I dug in there.
You're lucky to have a room to go to. His lordship's was here. I hardly get a minute alone. When they sort of stuck in on me, I have to stand there and take it.
Well, you gave some of them back just now.
They form their opinions on everything, but we're trying to figure out. We have problems here that no other children our age have had. And once you think you fixed one, bang, something else comes along and you start all over again.
At least you got someone you can talk to.
Not really. Mother, I can't discuss anything with her. He simply doesn't understand. And Father, I can talk to him about anything, except one thing. Mother, I don't think you can be truly intimate with a person if you hold something back. Do you?
I think you're probably just fine.
Oh, he is, Peter, he is. He's the only one that's giving me any sense that I have any sense in the world. But what I mean is, nothing can take the place of friends your age, or near your age, can it?
I suppose you miss your friend, Bill.
It isn't just. Isn't it funny, you and I, we've been cooped up in this place for almost a year and a half, and this is the first time we ever really talked. It helps a lot to have someone to talk to. It helps a lot to let us speak.
Anytime you want to let us do, you can come into my room.
You have to be careful about how you say that.
It's all right with me.
Thank you, Peter. We've had bad news. The people from whom we got our ration books have been arrested. So we have to cut down on our food. Our stomachs are so empty that they rumble and make strange noises all in different keys. Mr. Von Don's is deep and low, like a bass fiddle. Mine is high, but sing like a flute. As we all sit around waiting for supper, it's like an orchestra tuning up. It only needs Toscanini to raise his baton, and we'd be off in the ride of the Valkyries. Monday, the 6th of March, 1944. Mrs. Crawler is in the hospital. It seems she has ulcers. Pim says we are her ulcers. We have to run the business, and us too. Americans have landed on the southern tip of Italy. Father looks for a quick finish to the war. Mr. Dussel is waiting every day for the warehouse man to demand more money. Have I been skipping around too much from one subject to another? I can't help it. I feel that spring is coming. I feel it in my whole body and soul. I feel utterly confused. I am longing, so longing for everything. For friends, for someone to talk to, someone who understands, someone young who feels as I do. No, no, Mr. Dussel, I am not ready yet. How is that? How does that look?
Fine.
You didn't even look.
Of course I did fine.
Margaret, tell me, am I terribly ugly?
Stop bitching.
No, tell me.
Of course not. You've got nice eyes and a lot of animation.
A little vague, aren't you?
May I come in?
Come in, Mother.
Mr. Dussel is impatient to get in here.
For heaven's sakes, he takes the room for himself the entire day.
Anna, you aren't going in again tonight to see Peter, are you?
That is my intention.
You've already spent a great deal of time in there today.
I've been in there exactly twice. Once to get the dictionary, and another time 3/4 of an hour before supper.
Aren't you afraid you're disturbing him?
Mother, I have some intuition.
Then let me ask you this, Anna. Please don't draw the curtain and go in there.
You sound like Mrs. Von Dawn.
No, I don't mean to suggest anything wrong. I only wish you wouldn't expose yourself to criticism. I wish you wouldn't give Mrs. Von Dawn the opportunity to be unpleasant.
Mrs. Von Dawn doesn't need an opportunity to be unpleasant.
Everyone's on edge, worried about Mrs. Caller. This is one more thing.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm going into Peter's room. I'm not going to let Petronella Von Dawn spoil our friendship.
Why don't you two talk in the main room? It'd save a lot of trouble. It's hard on Mother having to hear those remarks from Mrs. Von Dawn and not say anything.
Oh, why didn't you say anything? I think it's ridiculous to take it and take it.
You don't understand Mother at all, do you? She's not like you. It's not in her nature like that.
Well, only what I worry about is you. I feel awfully guilty about you.
What about?
Every time I go into Peter's room, I feel like I may be hurting you.
And not.
And you're not jealous, really, truly?
Of course I'm jealous. Jealous that you've got something to wake up in the morning for, but jealous of you and Peter?
Maybe there's nothing to be jealous of. Maybe I'm just taking the place of this cat. Wouldn't you like to come in with me?
I'd have a ball.
Will you please let me in my room?
Wait a minute, dear Mr. Dussel. Well, here I go. Let's run the gauntlet.
Thank you so much.
My God, look at her. I don't know what good it is to have a son. I never see him. He wouldn't care if I killed myself. Anna, just a minute. I'd like a word with my son. Do you mind? Peter. I don't want you staying up till all hours tonight. You're a growing boy. You need to rest. You hear?
Oh, I'm going to stay in there and wait. Anna's going into bed promptly at 9, aren't you, Anna?
Yes, Mother. May I please go in now?
Are you asking me? You know I have anything to say about it.
Listen to the chimes, Anna dear.
In my day, it were the boys who called on the girls.
You know how children are. They like to think that they have secrets. Peter's room is the only place they can really talk.
Talk. That's not what they told me when I was young.
Aren't they awful? Aren't they dreadful? Treating us as if we're still in the nursery.
It's only bother you. It doesn't bother me.
I suppose you can't really blame them. They think back to when they were children. You don't know how much more advanced we are now. When I think of all the discussions we had, I was gonna bring you some more.
These are fine, thanks.
Wouldn't you like some more? You brought some new ones.
Maybe later.
I remember when I won that one. I bet Yopia could eat 5 ice cream cones. We just finished playing ping pong at her house, and we finished up the day at the Oasis or the Delphi, where Jews were allowed. And there would always be so many boys, and we would laugh and joke. I'd like to go back there for a week, or a couple of days, but then I'd get bored. I think way more complex now. I want to be a journalist. I love to write. What do you want to do?
But I might go off someplace. Work on a farm or something. Some job that doesn't take too much brains.
Don't say that. You have the most awful inferiority complex.
I know I'm not smart.
No. You're a dozen times better than me in a lot of things. Like math? Or algebra? Well, you're a million times better than me in algebra. You like Margaret, don't you? Right from the start you liked her. Much more better than me.
I don't know.
It's okay. Everyone feels that way. She's beautiful, bright, and I'm not.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I know I'm not a beauty.
I don't agree at all. I think you're pretty.
That's not true.
And another thing, you changed from at first.
I have?
No, yeah. You used to be awfully noisy.
How have I changed?
Well, you're quieter.
I'm glad you just don't hate me.
I never said that.
I bet when you get out of here, you'll never think of me again.
That's crazy.
When you get out, you'll say to all your friends, now what did I ever see in that Mrs. Quack Quack?
I haven't got any friends.
Peter, everyone has friends.
Not me. I don't want to. I get along all right without me.
Well, does that mean you can get along better without me? I think myself as your friend.
No. If they're all like you, it'd be different.
Peter, have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes, once.
That picture's crooked. Was she pretty?
What?
The girl that you kissed?
I don't know. I was blindfolded. I was at a party. One of those kissing games.
I don't suppose that really counts, does it?
Didn't for me.
I've been kissed twice. Once by a stranger when I fell off the ice. He picked me up. He kissed my cheek. And then another one by my father's friend, Mr. Kuka. He kissed my hand goodbye. I don't suppose that really counts either, does it?
I wouldn't say so.
I'm almost certain Margaret never kissed a man. And I'm sure that Mother never kissed a guy before him. But I don't know. Things are different. When the whole world's falling around your ears, you don't know what's going to happen the next day. Well, what do you think? Do you think a girl can never kiss someone before she's engaged?
I suppose it's dependent on the girl. Some girls, anything they do is wrong. While others, it necessarily wouldn't be wrong with them. I always felt that when two people are really...
9 o'clock, I have
That's right.
to go. Good night.
Do you want me to stop from coming?
No, there's so many things I want to discuss with you.
What kind of things?
Well, you'll see.
Such a bad campus round. Cheating? They have not been cheating. You two have been cheating. I'm excusing you.
Aha!
We all know each other so well that if anyone starts to tell a story, the rest can finish it for him. We were having to cut down still further on our meal. What makes it worse? Rats have been at our work again. They carried off some of our precious food. Even Mr. Dussel wishes that Albert Mushi was here. Thursday the 20th of April, 1944. Invasion fever is mounting every day. Mead tells us that people outside talk of nothing else. For myself, life has become much more pleasant. I often go to Peter's room after supper. Oh, don't think I'm in love, because I'm not. But it does make life more bearable to have someone with whom you can exchange views. No more tonight. Yes, I must be honest. I must confess they actually lived for the next meeting. Is there anything lovelier than to sit under the skylight and feel the sun on your cheeks and have a darling boy in your arms? I admit now that I'm glad the Von Dons had a son and not a daughter. I've outgrown another dress. That's the third. I'm having to wear Margaret's clothes after all. I'm working hard on my French. And now, reading La Belle Nivernais.
Otto. Come quick, Otto, he's stealing the food!
You give me that!
Woody? Woody, what is it? What's happening?
Dirty thief, stealing food you good for nothing.
Mr. Dussel, for God's sake!
Dirty thief.
Von Don, how could you?
I'm hungry.
We are all of us hungry! I see the children getting thinner and thinner. Your own son, Peter, I've heard him moan in his sleep. He's so hungry. And you come in here. You come in the night and steal food that should go to them. To the children. You more. He's a big man. And you're worse than he is. You're a mother. And yet you sacrifice your child to this man, this...
Hate it.
Don't think I haven't seen you. Saving the choicest bits for him. I've watched you day after day and held my tongue, but not any longer, not after this. I want you to get out. Get out of here? What do you mean? Just that. Take your things and get out.
Ada, you're speaking in anger. You cannot mean what you're saying.
I mean exactly that.
For 2 long years, we have lived side by side. We've respected each other's rights. We have managed to keep peace. Are we now going to throw it all away? I know this will never happen again, will it, Mr. Von Don?
No.
He steals once, he'll steal again.
Ada, please, let us be calm. We'll all go to our rooms and later we'll sit down quietly and talk.
No more talk, no! I want them to go.
You're not out on the streets?
There are other hiding places.
A cellar! A closet! I know. But we have no money left to pay even for that.
I'll give you money. Out of my own pocket, I'll give gladly.
Mr. Franck, you told Cootie you'd never forget what he done for you when you came to Amsterdam. You said that he could never repay
If my
you.
husband had any obligation to you, he paid it over and over.
Ada, I've never seen you like this. I don't know you.
I should have spoken out long ago.
You know, be nice to some people.
But there would have been plenty for all of us if you hadn't come in here.
We don't need the Nazis to destroy us. We're destroying ourselves.
Take the key. She'll find you a place.
Mother, you're not to throw Peter out. Peter hasn't done anything.
Of course not. When I see the children, I made Peter too. He'll stay.
I have to go, Father goes.
He's no father to you, that man.
I couldn't stay. It wouldn't feel right.
Very well then. Sorry.
No. Peter, no. I don't care about the food. They can have mine. Just don't send them out. It'll be daylight soon. They'll get caught. Please, Mother.
I don't mean now. They'll stay until we find her place. One thing
I must insist on. He must never come in this room again, not with food is stored. You can cook his food and take it out to him. We'll divide what we have. An equal share for each.
Oh no, no, we have not sunk so far that we're gonna fight over a handful of rotten potatoes!
Mr. Frog,
What are you doing?
Mrs. Chaos, Margaret,
I can't believe stop!
Anna,
We're just gonna drive each other insane with this.
Please stop!
Mr. Von
Stop it!
Mr. Von
Stop it!
myself,
Stop it!
Mr. Frog,
Stop it!
Mrs. Frog, Margaret, Anna, Peter, Mr. Von Dahl,
It's me.
myself,
You must be
Mr.
trouble.
Frog,
Please, I beg you, just don't let her see me like this.
Stop it!
You're sleeping all the big ones, but yourself.
Stop it! Look at the size of that! Stop it! Stop it! The wrong, the most wonderful news. The invasion has begun!
No.
Did you hear that, everybody? Did you hear what I said? The invasion has begun! The invasion!
Where?
It began early this morning. How do you know? The radio, the BBC, they said they landed on the coast of Normandy.
British?
British, Americans, French, Dutch, Poles, Norwegians, all of them. More than 4,000 ships. Churchill spoke and General Eisenhower. D-Day they're calling it.
Thank God it's come.
At last! I'm going to tell Mrs. Kohler. This will be better than any blood transfusion.
What part of Normandy did they land? Did they say?
Normandy, that's all he said. But I'll be up the minute I hear some more.
Woody? Woody, what is it?
please, I'm sorry. Oh, for God's sake.
Don't, Woody, don't.
It doesn't matter now.
Didn't you hear what they said? The invasion has begun. We're going to be liberated. This is a time to celebrate.
To steal bread from children.
We have all done things that we're ashamed of. Look at me, we have treated Mother terrible and horrible. No. It was true, Mother. I was horrid.
Not as hard as me. No one is as hard as I am.
Stop it now, let's be happy.
Here, eat it. Schnaps l'chaim.
When I think of the horrible things I said.
No, you were right. You were right.
Our friends, our guests.
Stop it. You're spoiling the whole invasion.
D-Day has come. Early this morning, the Allies began the assault on the northwestern face of Hitler's European forces. The first official news came just after 9:30, when Supreme Headquarters of the Allied Expedition Report issued Communique Number 1. This said, under the command of General Eisenhower, Allied naval forces, supported by strong air forces, began landing Allied armies this morning on the northern coast of France.
We're all in much better spirits these days. There's excellent news of the invasion. The best part about it is that I have a feeling that friends are coming. Who knows? Maybe I'll be back in my school by fall. Haha, the joke's on us. The warehouse man doesn't know a thing, and we're paying him all that money. Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 1944. The invasion seems temporarily to be bogged down. Mrs. Crawler has to have an operation, which looks bad. The Gestapo has found the radio that was stolen. Mr. Dussel says they'll trace it back and back to the thief, and then it's just a matter of time till they get to us. Everyone is low. Even poor Pim can't raise their spirits. I have often been downcast myself, but never in despair. I can shake off everything if I write. But, and that is the great question, will I ever be able to write well? I want so much. I want to go on living even after my death. Another birthday has gone by, and now I am 15. Already I know what I want. I have a goal, and opinion.
There it goes again. The telephone. Mr. Franck, do you hear it?
Yes, I hear.
This is the third time. The third time in quick succession. Something has gone wrong. Meep can't get to us.
Stop it, you're wasting your breath.
For 3 days now, Meep hasn't been to see us. And today, not a soul has come to work. There hasn't been a sound in the building.
Perhaps it's Sunday. You may have lost track of the day.
You there with the diary. What day is it?
I don't lose track of the days. Today is Friday, the 4th of August. Friday, and not a soul at work. I tell you, Mrs. Crawler's dead. She's dead, and they closed down the building, and Meep's trying to tell us.
She would never telephone us.
Mr. Franck, answer, I beg you.
Please, you don't have to... You don't have to pick it up.
No, you don't.
You don't have to speak. Just pick it up and see if it's me.
No. I'm told you no. I will do nothing that might let anyone know we're in the building.
Mr. Franck's right. There's no need to tell us what side you're on.
We wait patiently, quietly. Believe that help will come.
I'm going down. Too late.
So we just sit here until we die.
I can't stand it. I'll kill myself. I'll kill
Oh,
myself.
stop it, will you?
I think you'd be glad if I did. I think you want me to
Whose
die.
fault is it that we're here? We could have been safe somewhere, in America or Switzerland. But no, we couldn't leave when I wanted to. We couldn't leave because you couldn't leave behind your precious little furniture.
Don't touch me!
Look, Peter, the sky. What a lovely day. You know what I do when I feel like I can't be cooped up anymore? I think myself out. I think myself out on a walk in the park with Pim, where the daffodils and crocus grow down slopes. You know what the best part about thinking yourself out is? You can have it any way you like. You can have the violets, chrysanthemums, and roses all blooming at the same time. It's funny. I used to take it all for granted. But now I've gone crazy with anything that has to do with nature. How about you?
I've just gone crazy. I think if somebody doesn't have it soon, we don't get out of here. I can't take much more of it.
I wish you had religion, Peter.
No thanks. Not me.
I don't mean you have to be orthodox or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory and things. Just a religion. When I think that's all that's out there, the seagulls, the trees, the deers that you hear. When I think of the goodness of everyone, Meep, Mr. Crawler, the vegetable man, all risking their lives for us. When I think that's all that's out there, I find myself and God and I all
That's
together.
fine. When I begin to think, I get mad. Look at us hiding out here for 2 years. Not able to move. Not even like, we're waiting for them to come and get us. All for what?
Peter, everyone has to suffer. One time, one race, and sometimes another. And yet we've all
It doesn't make me
been
feel
through.
any better.
But Peter, if you only think of it as the world going through a phase, I know it's horrible to think anything that has to go good when people are doing such bad. But you know what I think? I think that, in despite of everything, people are really good at heart.
This will change now. Not 1,000 years from now.
But Peter, if you'd only look at us as a huge pattern, that we're only a minute in life. Look at us, going at each other like a couple of grown-ups. Look, Peter, the sky. One day, when I get out of here, I'm going to go on a walk with him.
2 long years we have lived in fear.
Hot bucket!
And so it seems our stay here is over. They're waiting for us now. They've allowed us 5 minutes to get our things. We can each take a bag and whatever it will hold of clothing. Nothing else. So, dear diary, that means I must leave you behind. Goodbye for a while. P.S. Please, me or Mrs. Crawler, or anyone else, if you should find this diary, will you please keep it safe for me? Because someday, I hope,
No more.
I'd gone into the country that day to find food. By the time I got back, the walk was surrounded by thieves. We made it our business to find out who it was. It was the thief. The thief who told them.
Seems strange to say this, that anyone could be happy in a concentration camp. But Anna was happy in that camp that we first went to in Belsen. For 2 long years we had lived in fear. Now she could be in the sunshine and the fresh air that she loved.
A little more?
The news of the war was good. The British and Americans were sweeping through France. We felt sure that they would get to us in time. In September, we were told that we were to be shipped to Poland, the men to one camp, the women to another. I was sent to Auschwitz, they to Buchenwald. In January, we were freed, the few of us who were left. And the war wasn't yet over. It took us a while to get home. We were sent from here to there, behind the lines where we'd be safe. At every stop, at a sighting or a crossing, we'd all get out and go from group to group. Where were you? Were you at Belsen? At Buchenwald? At Mauthausen? Is it possible that you knew my wife? Did you ever see my husband? My son? My daughter? That's how I found out about my wife's death. About Margit, Von Damme, Peter, Mr. Dussel. For Anna, I still hoped. Yesterday I went to Belsen. I heard of a woman who had been there with Anna. I know now.
in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart.
She puts me to shame.
Interrogated by the Gestapo on August 4, 1944, for helping to hide 8 people in a secret annex above the OPECTA office where he worked. On September 7th, Kugler was moved to a prison cell, joining people sentenced to death. He was later moved to a number of concentration camps where he was forced to dig anti-tank trenches. On March 28, 1945, there was a bombing raid during a prisoner march, and Victor Kugler managed to escape. He was hidden by a farmer for a few days, and then, borrowing a bicycle, he made his way back to Hilversum and his wife, Laura. He hid there in his own home until the liberation of the Netherlands on May 5, 1945. His wife, Laura, died on December 6, 1952. Kugler was rewarded a number of awards for his assistance in hiding families from the Nazis. Victor Kugler died on December 16, 1981.
On August 5, 1944, Neef Geis went to German police and offered them money to buy freedom for Mr. Kugler, but did not succeed. She and her husband remained safe in Amsterdam throughout the rest of the war, even though they had also been hiding in anti-Nazi university students in their apartment. Neef co-authored the book Otto Frank Remembered, the story of the woman who helped hide the Frank family, which was published in 1987. Before the hiding place was emptied by the authorities, Neef retrieved Otto's diaries and saved them in his guest drawers. She did not read them before giving them to Otto. On January 11, 2010, at the age of 100, Neef Geis died due to complications from a fall. Over the years, Neef was bestowed with many awards and was knighted by Queen Beatrice and several others.
Jan Wessel, whose real name was Fritz Pfeffer, was taken to the Nazis' headquarters, then to a prison for 3 days before being transported to a concentration camp on August 8. Pfeffer was taken to the punishment barracks, where he was sentenced to hard labor until he was selected for deportation to Auschwitz. Upon his arrival, he was sent to the men's barracks and was reunited briefly with Otto. In October, he was transferred again with other medics to another concentration camp. According to the records of the concentration camp, Fritz Pfeffer died at the age of 55 in the 6th barracks on December 20, 1944.
Mr. Von Dawn, his real name was Herman Van Pels, was arrested and immediately sent to Auschwitz, but after 2 or 3 days in camp, he gave up. Upon entering some work detail, he reported to be sent to Swiss 6 barracks. Due to following during the Swiegler 6 barracks, he was selected to be sent to the gas chamber. This letter was witnessed by Otto and Van Pels on paper. He died 3 weeks after his arrival.
According to German records, Ms. von Daun, whose real name was Augusta Van Pels, was sent to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp on November 26, 1944. Anna's friend, Hannah Gosler, testified that she spoke to Ms. von Pels through a barbed wire fence a few months later. Shortly after, she was transferred to another concentration camp in Czechoslovakia on April 11, 1945. When the camp was liberated in May, she was not listed. Her death was likely caused by typhus, although an eyewitness states that the Nazis murdered her by throwing her off a train during her last transport. The actual date and cause of her death is unknown.
Otto Frank protected Peter von Daun, whose real name was Peter von Pels, during their imprisonment together in Auschwitz, as they had both been assigned to the same work group. Early the following year, believing that he would have a better chance of survival, Peter joined a death march to Mauthausen, although Otto urged him to stay behind. Peter arrived at Mauthausen on January 25, 1945, and 4 days later he was placed into an outdoor labor group. On April 11, 1945, Peter was sent to the sick bags. His death is indicated by the International Red Cross as May 5, 1945, the same day that Mauthausen was liberated by the U.S. for them. He was 18 years old.
Along with the other occupants of the hiding place, Margit Betty Frank was arrested by the Gestapo and detained in their headquarters overnight before being taken to the Red River. On August 8th, Margit was transported by train to Westerbork concentration camp and was declared a criminal for failing to respond to her call-up notice in 1942. She was detained in the punishment block and sentenced to hard labor in the battery dismantling plant. She remained there until the last deportation to Auschwitz on September 3rd, 1944. On October 30th, she was transferred to Bergen-Belsen. In February of 1945, she contracted typhus and died somewhere around her 19th birthday. Margit Frank also kept a diary during her family's time in hiding, but it was never found.
After detainment in the Gestapo headquarters and days in prison, Edith Frank-Hollander and her family were transported to the Westerbork concentration camp. From there, they were deported to Auschwitz on the 3rd of September 1944, on the last train to be dispatched. Edith and her daughters were separated from Otto upon their arrival, and they never saw him again. On the 30th of October, another selection separated Edith from Anna and Margit. Edith was selected for the gas chambers, but she escaped with a friend to another section of the camp. She remained there through the winter, hiding each scrap of food she would get to save for her daughters. Edith died from starvation on January 6, 1945, 3 weeks before the Red Army liberated the camp, and just 10 days before her 45th birthday. When Auschwitz was liberated by the Soviet troops on January 27, 1945, Otto Heinrich Frank was weak and very ill, but alive. He traveled back to the Netherlands and, over the next 6 months, set about tracing his arrested family and friends. By the end of 1945, he knew he was the sole survivor of his family and of those who had been hiding in the annex. After Anna's diary was given to him by Neef, Otto left them unread for some time, but eventually typed them out into an edited manuscript, which was quickly accepted for publication, under the title The Secret Annex. Its success led to an English translation in 1952, followed by a theatrical dramatization and a film. Otto Frank later moved to Switzerland, where he died in 1980. In response to a demolition order placed on the building in which he and his family had hidden during the war, Otto helped establish the Otto Frank Foundation to save and restore the building. It opened as a museum in 1960 and can still be visited today.
For her 13th birthday, Anneliese Maria Frank received a book she had shown her father in a shop window a few days earlier. Although it was an autograph book, bound with a red and white checkered cloth, she decided she would use it as a diary and began writing in it almost immediately. Shortly before going into hiding, Anna gave a dear friend a book, a tea set, a tin of marbles, and the family cat for safekeeping. But she took her diary with her and wrote in it regularly until her arrest on August 4, 1944. Upon her arrival at Auschwitz, all children younger than 15 were sent directly to the gas chambers. Anna, who had turned 15 3 months earlier, was one of the youngest to be spared. Anna was forced to strip to be disinfected, had her head shaved, and was tattooed with a number on her arm. She endured hard labor by day and night, and she was crammed into overcrowded barracks. Some testified Anna became withdrawn and tearful when she saw children being led to the gas chambers. Others reported that she often displayed strength and courage. Her gregarious and confident nature allowed her to obtain extra bread rations for her mother, sister, and herself. Disease was rampant, and before long, the Frank sisters were moved to an infirmary, which was in a state of constant darkness and infested with rats and mice. After Margit's death, and believing that her parents were dead, Anna told a friend that she did not wish to live any longer. The exact date of Anna's death was not recorded. She was buried in a mass grave along with her sister. In 1999, Anna Frank was listed as a hero and icon of the 20th century, stating, "With a diary kept in a secret attic, she braved the Nazis and lent a searing voice to the fight for human dignity."